Alright, so with a problem like this, if you're instructed to solve it by substitution, first thing you have to do is isolate or get one of the variables by themselves. You can technically do any of them, like you can get this x, or this y by themselves, and you'll get the right answer no matter which one you do. But I would always tend to try to do one that would result in no decimals or fractions. So what I mean by that is, if you have one like this where the y has like a 1 or a -1 as its coefficient, it's probably easiest to get that by itself and then go from there, because you won't have any fractions or decimals. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate this y. So I'm going to come over here, rewrite the equation. 3x minus y equals -2. Okay, so now to get this by itself, we're going to start by moving the 3x, and we do that by subtracting it. So subtract 3x from both sides, these will cancel, bring down -y, don't forget this negative sign because that's important, and then equals, and then these can't combine since they're not like terms, so I tend to just put the x first. So I'm going to put -3x and then bring down the -2. Alright, now to get the y by itself, this, remember, is a -1 in front of it. So therefore, if I want to move that -1, I have to divide both sides by -1. The -1s will cancel. It'll be y equals, and then when you're here, if you have something like this where you're dividing this by a number, you have to divide each term up here by this number. So what I mean is, we're first going to do -3x divided by -1. That'll give you +3x. And then same thing here, -2 divided by -1 gives you +2. Okay, so all we did was we rearranged this to get y by itself, because in order to use substitution, you need a variable by itself to substitute. So now that this is rearranged, we are going to substitute what y is equal to. So y is equal to 3x plus 2, okay? So what we're going to do is substitute that in to our other equation of the system, which is this top equation, 4x minus 3y equals -1. So we're going to substitute it in where the y is, because this right here, this box, is equal to y. So if this box is equal to y, we're going to substitute this in for the y up here. Okay, so we're going to take this right here and put it all the way right there. Okay, so the y is going to go out and this is going to go in. So that becomes the equation 4x minus 3, and then in parentheses, we're going to put this, because this is taking place of y right here. 3x plus 2 equals -1. Okay, so once we substitute, we'll have that equation, and now we're just going to solve this equation for x. Okay, so we start by distributing the 3, or the -3, so bring down 4x, -3 times 3x is -9x, -3 times 2 is -6, equals -1. We'll combine our like terms. 4x and -9x give you -5x, minus 6 equals -1. Add 6 to both sides. -5x equals 5. Lastly, we'll divide by -5, and we get x equals -1. So every system answer or solution is an ordered pair. So that's our x value, but remember, once you get an x value, you need to plug it back into one of these originals to get your y value. Again, it doesn't matter which one, you can put it here or here. So say we use this top equation. So the top equation, 4x minus 3y equals -1. The -1, the solution of -1 is going to go in for x, since it's x equals -1. So we're going to put -1 right there for that x. So that's going to become 4 times -1, and then minus 3y equals -1. And then we just solve this for y. 4 times -1 is -4. Bring everything down. Now we just isolate y by getting it by itself using opposite operations. So we start by moving the -4, by adding it. We get -3y equals 3. And last step, we divide by -3. Y equals -1. So x was -1, y is -1. So our final answer is the ordered pair -1, -1.